Louise, you gonna be on camera today?
No,
Did you
here.
have eye surgery or something?
I did. I have cataract surgery and I'm wearing these UV blocker glasses until I have the light adjustable lens prescription set.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't been on any
Well,
Zoom.
I'm sure you're just as gorgeous.
Thank you. The glasses are actually growing on me.
Let me see what they look like.
Let's see. Hey.
Well, I think they're trendy. I want some.
Well, if you get the light adjustable lens when you have cataract surgery, you'll get them. Hey, Janet.
Janet, I want to give you a trophy.
What?
I want to give you a trophy.
Oh yeah? What'd I do?
Well, you are the most regular, the one with the most stick-to-itiveness of anybody I know.
Well, Denny, listen, I got with Dr. Lauren and I'm trying to get some time with her to work on it because when I was with what's her name? Arne, I was very confident and I did role play, but I haven't got a consistent partner. So I just am not comfortable unless, and now I can't find my notebook. I was looking
Hey,
for
Janet, I have
what?
2 openings on my October calendar for role play. If you
Oh
would
yeah?
like
Okay.
one of them you can have them.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
tell you the times though. I role play after our Raycon call from 10:05 to 10:20.
From what time?
10:05 to 10:20.
That's fine. That
All right. Okay.
that's like 9:05 to 9:20 for me.
Okay. Let me
What
tell you
day? What day, honey?
Let me look.
Because I got Dr. Lauren too. I got to figure out what day she wants. So if you two could coordinate, I'll have 2 days a week now. Rock.
Let me look. October. And right now I have Tuesday and Thursday open. You can pick whichever day you like.
Well, let me get with Dr. Lauren and find out what day she wants to. Because she's looking at her calendar and going to add me. So that's fine.
Okay.
Tuesday or Thursday. But let me get with her so I have you both. And I'll be a rock
Okay.
star.
Awesome.
You know, Denny, it's hard being a DI. It's really hard
Why?
because I like things short and simple unless I'm playing around. But if
What do
I'm
you think
in
I am?
business, I don't like somebody that just keeps talking and talking and talking. Then I have to hit mute.
What do you think I
Uh,
am? I'm a DI.
Are you? I've
Yeah,
never seen,
my
I
dad
never,
beat the S out of me. So
that was funny.
hey, Derek, welcome, buddy.
Hi, Denny.
We can start with you because I don't know what you're saying, so we can start with you.
Okay.
So, hey, Susan, from California. How are you?
Good.
Well, I can tell you there's one difference between me and you today. You know what that is?
What's that?
We are 3 hours closer to happy hour. All right, guys, let's get going. Denny Grimes here. For those who are maybe watching on YouTube, and for those of the guys that are on the call here, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. You know, I want to get one of those little plaques behind me that says I've got 10,000. I think it's 10,000 or 100,000. So I've got a ways to go. So what we're going to be doing here, guys, forgive me for calling you that. If you want to join live, you're watching us on a recording, dennysmastery.com. And what we practice today is September 26th. And what we practice is question-based listening, enhanced conversations. And so this is your hour. I do have a little coaching moment I'll go into in a little bit. I'll let some other people get on. However, we have some leftover business, Louise. We have, where'd he go? Derek, who's on our recon call, had a question or something come up and we weren't able to handle it. So he's on, I think, Mastery. So Derek, let's give it one more shot. What would you like? What is your question? What would you like to practice here for a few minutes? And
So,
we won't drone on and on because we don't want Janet to tune out.
okay. So when we were talking on Monday, I started out with open house visitor. I believe, it was just real quick, somebody came to visit, and I guess I got off track or something in um the format. And that's what I was hoping you would explain because you said come back on next time and you'll go
Well,
into it.
why don't we go back and recreate it? So what I'm trying to remember though, is this me walking into an open house or were you calling to follow up because I was at the open house?
This was you coming into the open house.
Okay, so this is you guys. Open houses, there's a right and a wrong way. There's a good and a better way to do it. And having basically your bull ride, and you know what I mean by that, you're greeting. Anytime you're meeting someone you don't know, you should basically have that conversation kind of down pat. That would be your pickup line if I'm going back to my high school days, like, what is your sign? So let's go back to, I'm walking in your open house, Derek, and we're going to do this really fast. Louise, let people know how to queue up because when we're finished with that, we're going to get on some other role plays.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, guys, just to participate, post in the chat what your scenario is and who it's with and what role you would like to be, the agent or the seller, buyer, the consumer. And then we'll address that next.
All right, she'll get you queued up. So Derek, I'm walking in the open house and you greet me at the door. Go.
Hi, thanks for coming to the open house. What brings you in today?
Just, drive by, saw your sign. I thought maybe I'd take a look around.
Awesome, awesome. My name's Derek. I'm with Keller Williams, The Lakes. May I have the pleasure of knowing your name?
Yeah, my name is Denny.
Denny, thanks for coming to my open house. How about this? Take a look around and I'll find you in 5 minutes and let's have a conversation.
Okay. All right, let's break that down, guys. Is there anybody on the call that does a lot of open houses that I did one? I think I did one. The last one I did was 1972. So is anybody out there have done a lot of open houses? And let's hear and break Derek's greeting down. Number one, thank you for the greeting. I love the way you asked, reintroduce yourself. I had the pleasure of having your name. That was awesome. One of the things you did right also is you didn't ask me to what? Sign in. So
you asked me, I think one of you guys, when you told me the last time, you said, don't even go there.
no,
said, "Let
don't
'em
go
go."
there. When you go to a restaurant where they ask you to do sign in, no. They take you to a table. So anybody on here, let's give him some feedback on how to have a great open 15-second bull ride when you greet somebody at the open house. I've already made some mental notes. Who would like to share?
I'd like to say great job of implementing quickly what you've learned, Derek.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Who else?
And yeah,
What-
go next.
Nobody does open houses here?
I do them all the time.
Well, Janet, you're just a whiz. So what do you say? Shazam, what's going on?
You're so funny. I introduced myself and I said, well, I picked up from you. Take a look around. Let me know what you think. But I always ask them to sign in. My sellers like to know who came to the open house. Now, I can move it to later, but I like to get it before they're finished because if they don't, they're leaving.
All right, so here's my input then. And you guys have an input, put it in the chat. First of all, you ask what brings you out today. You can be a little bit more assumptive. You should ask something out of the gate. Oh, are you looking for a new home? You can be a little bit, kind of funny and say, hey, today's a great day to buy a home. Is that what brings you out today? However, create some curiosity in that first moment. And, I've heard, hey, there's a couple reasons people walk in an open house. They want to either You know, they want to look at decorating items, they want to buy a house, which is yours, or something like that, whatever's comfortable to you. And then you might say, okay, so let's just role play. Derek, hey, welcome, Derek. I don't know your name. Well, welcome to 111 Bird Bath Lane. What brings you? All right, let me get into roll. So, all right, so what brings you out today? Are you shopping for a home?
Actually, I'm just shopping. I'm taking a look. You know, nothing in mind, just checking things out, killing time.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming by. You happen to be in the Tanglewood area here. What brings you to this area of town?
I saw your signs.
You didn't see my sign from 10 miles away. So
I
what brings
did.
you into what brings you? I'm going to fish a little bit. What brings you into the Tanglewood community?
Well, Tanglewood, I saw some things online, Zillow, something went past on my social feed on Instagram. I was curious.
Well, I'll tell you what, let me ask you, I can give you a quick orientation and let you kind of experience the home by yourself, or would you like me to show it to you?
Let me take a look around. I got some things in mind, but yeah, let me just take a look around and I'll find you at the end.
Okay, well, what I'll do is let me give you a quick orientation. Now, if you're in a double wide, you probably don't need to do this, but if you're in a bigger house, you may have to say, well, just really quick, you know, this is what we call a split plan. So the master's on that side. We've got the guest rooms over here. And by the way, one thing I want you to make sure you check out when you go out to the lanai or the pool deck area, I want you to check out the built-in kitchen, whatever. Make them aware of a certain feature of a home, right? Now, what am I doing? I'm at least pointing out one of the highlights of the home. I will then give them some space, right? Now you're always listening, look around, I come back around and maybe I'm kind of central and I could be doing some work. I'm always listening. And anybody have anything different they do there? So still, Janet, I'm still not getting that information. I'm waiting for a better time to get it.
Yeah, you're about to lose a client. They're about to leave.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I do
I-
something a little bit similar. I'll ask, how did they find us today? I introduce myself so I get their name. I say, how do you find us? I want to know how, whether it's signs, social media, voicemail drop, something like that. I want to know how they did that. And then I say, okay, you know, what brings you in or whatever. Start the conversation depending on their demeanor. And then I say, okay, well, I'll give you a little lay of the land and then I'll let you guys wander. And then I offer them, you know, point out the specifics of the home. Danny, like you said, a major thing, like the last one I just did, you know, oh, and one cool feature I love out here, there's a walk-in attic that adds extra storage. And then I let them go and offer them any refreshments from the kitchen and then make sure to follow up with them before they leave for feedback and then get in more information from them.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. One little trick you guys have when you're in open houses, a couple different things is that you can do one of two things. If you have something in your hand, first of all, when you first greet them, do not give them a flyer on the home. Don't give them anything. Have them look, because that's going to give you an opportunity to come back and connect. You might say, hey, well, you take a look around. I'll grab some information about the home. Well, there's good and bad of that. Number one, you have it. A better way nowadays with technology is maybe you have a copy of it. Maybe it's in kind of a plastic jacket where you only have one. We do have some information about this home. I'd be happy to text it to you. What's the best number to text it? Also, before they leave, this is going back to Janet's worry about not getting information or having them quote sign in. Maybe I've just picked up their information because I'm going to text it to them. The other thing you can do is the seller has asked me to make sure that I ask people to come through to give them some feedback. Would you be willing to do that? And that could be a survey form. But again, it's something different rather than sign in. It gives you an opportunity to get their information. And then the next thing is, obviously, if they're looking, and you might want to, if the situation allows you to do this, say, well, okay, so who are you currently? So let me get my mind on this. Okay, so I would try to find out how I can help them. I happen to specialize in this part of town. And so what questions do you have that I can answer for you? How could I help you? Is there anything I can help you with in your initial search? And then the last thing is, I tell you what, there's some other homes that are open around here. Would you like a list of them, or would you like me to pull them up on my computer? If you can get them in a conversation, loosen up a little bit, they're going to come in, generally speaking, with the garlic around their neck and a crucifix around their neck, not wanting to get engaged. If you can find that little spark where you might be able to give them some things before you ask for some things, that's why I don't ask them to register right away, might stand a better chance. Now, does that help you at all there, Derek?
Absolutely. I'm scribbling notes. That's why I'm not talking. I'm scribbling notes.
There's a lot of information online. You can watch YouTube and people that specialize in open houses that would be able to fill in the blanks. That's not my specialty, but just in general, that's my pointers. So Louise, do we have any other participants?
Me, me. No one's posted anything in the chat, so I'd like to share. Actually, Susan just did, but I'd still like to share this. I like to attract information, or I don't like to chase after it. So I have something of interest when people walk into an open house. More times than not, people will always like to see a floor plan, right? They'll always like to maybe see a survey, something. And because I'm saving trees, it's available electronically. Let me text it to you. And that works 99.9% of the time.
Yeah, got it. Good. I don't know why- I don't wanna
Susan
get the information.
scenario.
I'm sorry.
And also if someone, for me, I don't know if it's different because of the gender, Denny, but for me, I'm not going to let people in unless I am able to identify them. I mean, for me, it's a safety issue too.
Wait a minute. You're having an open house. And
Mhm.
so do people ring the doorbell and they come in, right?
Yes.
And they have to identify themselves before you let them in?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to capture their information. If they're not going to be willing to give their information, then they're not going to come in.
How
I
do you
wanna
do that?
say-
I'm standing at the door. How do you do that?
Well, when you come into the foyer, right? I say, hey, and I mention what I just mentioned, right? And if you're resistant or you're reluctant or whatever, I say, hey, for safety reasons, or as a security measure, the seller has asked us to document everyone that has come in. Would you mind providing your information?
I find that very interesting.
Yeah. And I've only one time ever had someone leave. Well, they didn't want to leave, but I said, you're not able to be in here. And I have someone with me at the open house, again, for security and safety, which I recommend. Don't ever be a solo person there. And they were kind of sketchy. So like they'll
I don't fault
Yeah.
anyone for being safe. So
Yeah.
Susan's got something, right?
Yeah, she'd like to work on an expired call, and the objection is that the market is not doing well, and she would like to be the seller.
Okay, so you want to be the seller. So you want this to be a phone call, Susan?
Yeah.
All right, so you want it from the ring or from when the objection comes up?
The objection.
Okay, so I'll do this. All right, so all right, so I'm gonna call you. Hey, I understand your house is no longer on the market. You still want to sell? Yes. Okay. Well, let me ask you. I mean, you're in a really popular area. Why did it sell? Why didn't your home sell?
Yeah, you know what? We took it off because the market is not doing so well.
Oh, okay. So had your home sold, what were your plans?
It didn't sell. I would have moved, but it didn't sell.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
but I mean, you were selling for a reason. Had you been successful, or if you are successful, what are you doing next?
oh, Pike's gonna cash out.
Cash out?
Yes.
Okay, and so I see you had the house on the market only 90 days. What happened? What happened during the 90 days that gave you the impression that the market wasn't doing well?
Well, like I'm seeing more houses on the market, they're staying longer. Yeah, and the interest rate is still high.
Well, now this is expired, right?
Yes.
Well, when you say the market's not doing well, that can mean a lot of different things. What do you mean by it?
Well, the economy is not doing so well, right? The interest rate, buyers are not writing offers. Yeah, don't you know the market's not doing that well?
Well, I'm kind of curious because in the area in which your home is listed, I do a lot of work here. In fact, I don't live too far from you. Now, even if I live like 25 miles away, is that I can still say I don't live too far from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it surprise you to learn that in the last 90 days since your home was on the market, 15 houses have sold that were basically similar to yours? So why do you think the market was good for them and not good for you?
I don't know. I don't even know if, the houses are selling here.
Well, I just showed you 15. I just said 15 of them have sold.
Okay. Well, you know what? I do stocks and bond. I monitor. I'm an investor, so I see that the market is not doing so great in the real estate market. I'll just wait.
Now, right there, she gave me what I needed. I'm waiting for a cookie. She gave me the cookie. What was the cookie?
The market, stock and bond. I'll wait.
There you go. Boom. Well, you sell stocks and bonds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have people that have been buying and selling stocks and bonds over the last 90 days?
Yeah, I bought some.
All right. And do you have folks out there that think the market's no good, so they're not selling stocks and bonds?
Probably. I don't know that.
Well, if somebody wanted to sell their stock and they said, I can't sell it because the market's no good. If I came to you and like, I need help, I want to sell my Apple stock and I want to get Kmart stock, but I can't sell it right now, what would you say?
It's not it's not the market.
You see where I'm taking her? Come on, somebody say, light bulbs are going off, right? One of the best ways to help them see something is, I didn't even have to ask what she did, but that's a great question. What do you do for a living? She said, I do stocks and bonds. Boom, I knew I could do it. Because if you have maybe you can't sell Kmart stock anymore because I don't think it's worth anything. But if you had Apple stock, could you sell it today?
Yeah.
What if now? It may not sell at a 52-week high, but you could sell it, correct?
Yeah.
And now that I think I've planted that seed, Susan, in your mind, and if I have, it's so you would have to say, I'd have to sell Apple with what people were willing to pay for Apple. I might say, well, is it possible you were attempting to sell your house at a number that people weren't willing to pay?
I like that. I should have said that. Okay, so the situation was this. It was about $4 million property.
Of course, she's in
And-
California. Everything's 4 million.
And he tells me that he actually invests. He's an investor, like with on the Wall Street. So he did say that he monitored the market. He knows what's happening. So I was like, I just didn't know what to do with that because someone knows the market. They're not dummy, right? Because I'm not saying that people are dummy, but they're more well-versed than some. So I kind of like, oh, okay. So we just had a conversation. I just did not have that. I just didn't know how to I didn't know how to handle that objection. I like the way you handle that.
Hang on, for an investor, there's different rules.
Numbers.
The market, there's different rules for investors. If they're truly an investor, the market is not kind, this is not the right market. If it's truly an investor, you can ask a few questions to get down to it. Then I would just say, if you're an investor, forget about stocks and bonds. You buy and sell real estate. So are you saying basically based on what you want for the home, the market's not willing to deliver it? I'm going right to the heart of the matter. No beating around the bush, because that's exactly why they're not doing it. Now, the challenging thing for me is that when somebody wants to cash out, who would like to drill down? And we can, Louise, let's play hot potato. Everyone gets a question. Let's flesh out. Let's get clarity around. I want to cash out. So anyone can raise your hand digitally or whatever, or as long as you don't step on it, everybody, you get one question. Let's find out how many questions we can ask around understanding when I say when she says I want to cash out, what would be some questions we'd want to ask to get clarity?
Susan, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
Next.
That's right. You can do that. How about another one?
I don't know how to raise my
What does
hand.
that mean to you?
Okay, well, these are very, very benign questions, but you could, but you're getting clarity. All right. So that was those are two very similar. What else could you ask?
Or what do you plan to do with the proceeds?
Okay, that's a little bit more specific. Keep going.
What would it do for you and your family?
Pardon me?
What would it do for you and your family? Or if you have, what would it do for you and your family? After when you sell it, what would it do for you?
Okay, that would be getting into the motivation, maybe more an emotional. What would it do for you? That'd be great.
How soon? Timeline? Like how soon do you need to cash out? Or you don't even want to say need because you don't know if they need. How soon?
Yeah,
were
but
you
that's a
looking-
good question. I think it's a good. I think it's worthy. Do you need to cash out or just want to cash out?
Right.
So I think that's a
He
good
doesn't
question.
need to cash. He doesn't need to cash out. He said he could stay. He has another property in Irvine. But he said that he doesn't need to. It's not a rush.
So here's another line. Those are great. Those are great ways to get clarity. I hope you made some notes on that.
Mhm.
So here's another question I would ask this person. So if the market were saying no to where you are now, is there a number below that number that would still make it work for you?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a very good question. Do you know
And-
my problem is, Denny? I realize, thanks for that. I realize that I am assuming that they have to have a certain number. I'm presuming that they need to sell at this price. And that's it. I like that though.
Okay.
If the market doesn't respond to the market did not respond to your number here, what makes you a seller?
Let me give you another path you guys can go down, and this may not be California. I'm going to show you something here in a moment. My coaching moment. I'm going to give you some information. It's kind of interesting. I teased you on it this morning. So I would go. Here's another thing. So you're an investor. You know the market. Do you think the market is appreciating, stable, or depreciating? Now, notice I didn't say working in your favor.
Mhm.
Because I'm dealing with an investor, I'm using the investor's probably mindset. If he said that the market, well, I think I'm a little concerned what's going to be happening. I don't like the politics. I don't like this. I don't like that, or whatever. Then okay. Then I'm talking to an investor, and if they're a true investor, that's the fourth time I said that. Where is the investor's emotion? Off to the side. Don't deal with emotion. See, then if it's going to be worth less in the future, based on what your opinion of the market is it prudent to wait? So in other words, would you rather cash out with a big pile or a small pile of cash? Any other thoughts on that, you guys? I mean, that's probably where I'd go with them. Now, if you're dealing with a homeowner, which I deal with all the time because I don't deal with a lot of investors, the biggest challenge we have is there's all kinds of emotions. The picture comes up in my mind is like, in our body, we have all these capillaries and nerve cells, just kind of like, looks like Chevy Chase's Christmas lights. And it gets complicated. we have to give logic and emotion at the same time. So do you find anything in that conversation helpful, Susan?
Yes.
And one thing you said I thought was pretty worthwhile. I want to highlight for you. When they say I need this, or they might say I need it, I want to cash out. This is what I want. You can ask a question. You can probe: is that what you need, or that what you want? The other side of that coin, if you have a buyer that does not want to pay a certain number, here's the other side of that. Is that an affordability issue or a will issue? A lot of times people don't move forward on something that has nothing to do with affordability. It has to do with, well, I just don't want to. I don't feel right. I don't think I'm not going to pay that. It is a will issue. Can you see where that would be handled differently?
Yeah.
So, Louise, can I spend a minute on the coach's moment?
Please do, yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you something here. Thought of the day. I'm always scouring headlines. I set up Google alerts. We talked about this before. You should set up a Google alert for the real estate in your area, your state, maybe your real estate competitors, maybe your favorite football team for that matter. And every time something's written about them, you're going to get an alert on your phone that something's been written about them or spoken about them. So there is a great site out there. My wife kind of turned me on to it. It's called Housing Wire. Go to housingwire.com. They have a podcast every day. I don't think you have to pay for it. I know you can subscribe to the version of it, but they give about 20 minutes a day. And a lot of times they're talking about stuff that's very relevant to us. And sometimes they're going into deep water when it comes to stuff that I don't follow. But here's the article I saw today. In fact, before I even do that, I'm going to tell you this. What I heard on the podcast today was that new home construction is on a positive upward movement recently. They've been trending up. Now, I'm in Florida. Our market is solid buyer's market, inventory growing, and it's probably the slowest market I've seen in 20 years. So that caught my ear, and I do a video. And if you email me, I'll send you my little video. Nothing to write home about, but I'm doing it. I was going to talk about I was going to show a picture, and this is an idea you could use, of a new home, brand new home, and a resale home. And they're going to look kind of similar. Maybe the resale is only a couple of years old. I said, what's the difference? And my point is this. Number one is the builder looks at their homes as inventory, and it's transactional. A resale owner looks at their home as their home, and it's emotional. New home builders in our area, and even in Florida, that the market is slowing, they're making deals. They're offering buy downs. They're offering, we'll wash your bird baths for a year, whatever it happens to be. They're making deals. Why? Because it's transactional. So if you're in a market, pay attention to what the builders do. And that might be a great message for some of your sellers. While I was looking for that, which I heard the recording, I came into this article. I love this. The Great Stay. Why the U.S. housing market is divided in two. So I like things that are kind of catchy. The Great Stay. And he goes on to explain. It has this map. So look behind me, pin me if you haven't already, so you can see this map. And this map is color-coded by days on the market. We talk about that occasionally. And you'll notice typically in the north, northeast, central, blue areas have fewer days on the market. And I've got people on the call here, Dr. Lauren and others, David, you're in New Jersey, New York, and Boston. Your market is still moving pretty good, right? And I've always wondered, why are you moving? Why is your market so different? And then, because I'm focused on the Florida market, but most of the southern states are typically orange, which means longer days on the market. And he started to go into that. And then he shows another graph. Now, I'm going to show you this graph here, this chart. Don't be confused by that blue and orange. What I want you to focus on is the color. The color relates to the region. And so I'm sending this to my sellers. Look, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, all blue, all southern regions have the longest days on the market. So we're at 107 days. We were during COVID probably 15. Then he goes on to what the whole thing's about, what the great stay is. What's happening is there's a what he calls is a real estate cycle is changed. During COVID, typically, I mean, I'm going to talk now north and south. People love to come to Florida, vacation, home. We're getting younger, we're getting some businesses, but we're not industrialized like a lot of the places are in the Northeast, right? And during COVID, there was a flight out of California, and there was a lot of people from Illinois, New York, Virginia, et cetera, coming to Florida because they can work anywhere. You all know what I'm talking about. They were selling their homes up there for big money, buying nicer homes down here for less. Now, after COVID, been a number of years after COVID, now a lot of the people have to go back to work. People actually are leaving southern states to go back to where they were. And so what's happening, and could be whether you're north or south, this could have an effect on your market. I want to talk about it a little bit. What he's saying, I think it's true. People aren't moving to Florida. They're deciding to stay put in the north. Maybe it's because of the affordability. Maybe it's because they have to work from where they are. There could be some other issues, but people are not moving like they once did. That is a shift in the market, a demographic shift or a psychographic shift in the market. So what's happening is, if you happen to be in the northern states, the good news for you is your homes are selling faster. The bad news is you have fewer days on the market because you have fewer listings. Why do you have fewer listings? Fewer sellers are wanting to sell. You see the opportunity and challenge. Now we are in the next domino down. We're in the feeder market. So if fewer people are selling up north, which is typically the case, and wanting to come south, what happens? Well, we have, like Lucy's little chocolate little conveyor belt, we've got more listings accumulating and fewer buyers. Now, this is really important as I close my little vignette here. We have sellers that are waiting to think that 6% will be the magic pill. We have sellers this time of year, Louise, as you know, we're approaching October. October leads to the winter months. And then what we have here in Florida is called the season. They think now sellers are waiting. Well, I've gone through the hot days of summer. The selling season is coming. They're thinking the interest rates or the season is going to save them. It will not, because we've seen a behavioral shift in the market. Hear that? It's a behavioral shift. And that does not change quickly. I'll stop because Janet can't stand me talking this long.
Well, I'm just thinking, how is that going to help you? Because you've got long days on the market. How's that going to help you, the shift?
Well, the shift is like weather. We can't control the shift. Where it helps me is understand, it gives me another lever of information. This is what I sent to my sellers. This is what I'm posting. This is a behavioral shift that will not change at 6%. This is a behavioral change that will not change in January.
It's still a buyer's market down there.
Well, that's not the point. If that's not going to change. If a seller wants to sell, they're going to have to capitulate where the buyers are versus thinking it's going to get better in the short term. It's only a buyer's market because sellers are stubborn. If sellers were to cut their price in half, it would no longer be a buyer's market. It would be a seller's market. So that's anyone have any, so if you're up north, or if you're in one of these blue areas, like in California, it's like light blue. If you're in a blue state, I don't mean that politically, I'm talking about days on the market. You got to challenge getting listings, and it's not going to get better in the short run.
And actually, I think this kind of comes down to when I had that conversation with the potential seller about the market, right? Just like you say, every market, there's always a sell and buy at every market. Do you want to put your house on the market to just sit there, or do you really want it to sell?
Yes, but again, because we're not dealing with builders that are transactional, resellers are emotional. If they feel, hope, pray, their horoscope says it's going to get better, they don't get real. Now you can give me a collective amen if you know what I'm talking about.
I do exactly hear you. And that's the problem that, it's not the problem, and that's the reason why, if you're a closer, you really need to understand their motivation. It comes down to motivation, and then really identify the motivation and their pain, and just drill it home and bring it home, and you could close on them, and then make them self-discover what's happening. And then not just hone in on the price.
Yeah, well, you're saying a lot of things there that I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, if they have the right price, it doesn't really matter. But they're not going to find the right price unless they have the right motivation. And the thing that I think this does for me, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's nothing to you guys. I said this to my team. Listings right now are very easy to come by. We're having people, they're firing other agents, hiring us. Well, they'll probably fire us 90 days, 180 days, and the cycle will continue. We have to get better. If we only have limited time, we have to get better at making sure we take listings that have, the sellers have a degree of motivation. Because many times you'll take a listing if you think, well, hey, look, you know, if you're in the north, well, hey, summer's here, spring's coming up, I'll take it, it'll probably sell. This is showing me, I don't think our market's going to get better this season. If anything, it's probably going to get worse because of a behavioral shift. People don't change behaviors very quickly. And what caused them to change the behavior in the first place was a global pandemic. So if you happen to be in the orange state and the days on the market are going up, you might want to use something like this to help people that really want to sell or need to sell, to put away the thing that I think it'll be better in the future. Yeah, eventually it will be, but I don't think it's going to be better in the short run. So we don't have to dwell here. I just want to share with you for what it's worth. If you want the video, send me an email. I'll show you my video. And the twins did a video off my video. It was super good. So if you like it, you can use my video, but do your own. You can do a better job of it. So
How long is the video, Denny?
90 seconds.
Can we watch it here?
That's good. I
Yeah,
like that.
let's watch it here.
All right. Let's see if I can do that.
Okay, Susan, while Denny is pulling that up, I agree. It all comes down to motivation. And I think that the expired seller in your scenario will get his price. However, it's going to be over time. So how much time is he willing
Yeah.
to wait to get that price?
Thank you.
Yeah. And that's what he's saying is the market. Right? And
Okay.
and it's almost like a circular thing, what Denny is saying. And yeah, I mean, it's just a circular thing, and the only way that you,
So then how long is he willing to wait for the market to change? But I mean, it all comes on another mastermind call that I was on. This agent shared that she went to a listing appointment and the seller wanted whatever number, right? And it was evident to her that it wasn't achievable. So she walked through the house and she came back and she said, hey, Mr. Seller, I have good news. Oh, what's the good news? Well, you can get, if you update the kitchen, update the bathrooms, change the flooring, paint the walls, and move your house to a different lot, you can get that price.
oh, I love that. I love that.
I miss that.
And Denny, to that point too, I actually turn down listings when it's not real, because A, it caused me a lot of stress once when I get it on the market, and B, I had to pay for all this marketing, and I don't want to spend money. It's just going to sit, and then it's just going to become expired, cancel. When the seller's not realistic, I'm not gonna take the listing.
Louise, I sent it to you because I'm working two computers here and I don't know how to get it. So if you can get it and you can share screen.
Sure, I can try. Let's see. Did you email that to me? Oh, I
Text
see it. I see it. Yeah. Let's see.
what's interesting, you guys, I've been doing this for
Oh.
like 4 years, 5 years, had no problem doing this, but doing a video, just me, like freaks me out. So I'm working, I'm growing through that, just like you're growing, learning new things, so am I.
Yeah, so I can't, but hey, I'm just gonna turn on my computer and just play it from here. Let's see how that works. I'll play it on my phone
Well, yeah, but I can do that, but why can't you throw it into Zoom?
because I'm not a tech genius. Let's see.
That won't work.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let me try to do it while you guys are talking. I'll
All right.
load it onto my computer.
And
So who's got something? Let's have another conversation. You guys are quiet.
well, can
Who
I
would like
just,
to- Kelly's
can I,
finally on, good.
well, can I add something that we had mentioned earlier? What, Susan, can you also go into what their expenses are monthly? And whether or not, like, it's worth it, because now you're looking at the overall market and how it's headed wherever you are, which I know you're in California. Is it worth it to hold on to it?
What's it gonna cost you after 6 months of house payments? That,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so after when I talked to him, it seems to me that he is pretty wealthy. Because he also has another property down in Irvine, which is another, couple $1 million property. So I don't think the cost going there is the key factor. But just by talking to him, you can sense that he's kind of well off. And it's not, I just don't want to go to that point, right? I think more or less it's really grabbing the motivation, like what's the timeline, and really drill down, why is he selling it? Like, why do you need to sell it?
What's his motivation?
And respectfully, if you don't mind me saying, when you say these people are wealthy, I get confused with that. They're so wealthy. Why would you want to have a house that's, I mean, I don't know if this is your situation. Why would you want to have a house just sit there or vacant? And wouldn't you rather take the proceeds and do something else? Like, it's just,
But
I
you're
don't-
So I did
thinking,
that.
Beverly, you're thinking logically. So, Kelly, welcome.
Oh.
You missed the best part. I tried to wait for you to get on. Kelly's in Tampa and has the same situation. So, I don't know how to get this from one computer to the other. If you email me at coachdennygrimes@gmail, I'll send it to you. Let's deal with another. Let's
I
deal with-
found it. I found it. Let me see if I can load it up. Let's see. But go ahead and talk while I try to figure this out, please.
Let's do a role play. Come on. Either you be the agent or I'll be the agent. Challenge me. Give me something that I can't handle.
Okay, I don't want to change the price.
All right. Give me the scenario.
Well, I've been 3 months hanging there, 5 viewings in 3 months, bad reviews. They don't like it, needs work, and still you insist on remaining where you are.
Are you a seller?
Yeah, I can be the,
Are you my listing?
yes,
How long you been on the market?
3 months.
And what do you want to do when you sell?
Give it to my son as a present because he's gonna buy a bigger house.
Okay, so here it is. Now, number one, 3 months on the market. If this is your first call to your seller, well, you're already behind the 8 ball. So we follow the 3M model. I'll pull it up here for you. I have been doing this. I have been following up with Adriana.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yes. And I've been following up, but
Okay, so we've been on 90 days. This is like their 12th call, Adriana.
Yeah.
This is the 12th call. So you already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to go over what's happened in the market. I'm going to give you a marketing update and make a decision. So we've had this call before.
Yeah.
The market's still saying no. We had one showing 3 weeks ago, so we're outcome 1. Literally, this is what I'm doing. What do you want to do?
I think we need to adjust the price to meet the market.
I thought she was going to be hard.
I have the video. Can I try to
Okay.
play it real quick?
Yeah, no, wait a minute. Let me finish this.
I am the seller, so sorry, I told you. Okay, so the seller. Well, yes, but you know, I really wanted to make the most from it. Like I really wanted to see if the market is going to improve to get it a higher price.
I got that, but we've been doing this. If you have been putting the medicine on your hand to get rid of that really itchy, stinky rash, and it's not working after 90 days, why would you consider keep doing it? So today we're going to make a decision. Okay, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Decision 1 is you're going to agree to reposition. Decision 2, I'm going to agree to probably let you down and turn you down instead of let you down. That's the decision we're making today.
Oh, so you are leaving me.
Yeah, I'm leaving you because you don't want to get better. I can make you better. I can get your home sold for top dollar, but you're not listening.
Well,
Now-
but how much do you want to decrease it? Like you see that we can just decrease it like maybe just 50,000?
Well, whatever. Now she's talking about wanting to reduce. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing that I'm getting. Would I do that at week 2, you guys? No. Month 1, maybe not. But after 90 days, 3
Yes,
months,
that's true. It's the same anyway. Yeah,
I mean, who wouldn't do that?
yeah, you're right.
All right, Louise, let's see what you got.
Thank
Share. All right, here we go. You can put it in 1 through 10.
Woohoo!
We need audio now. You have audio? All right. Oh, it's in the chat, you guys. That's all you need. You can stop that, Louise. Because you have no audio. You guys have it in the chat, so you can download it and look at it. Let's do something next. Who else got me? Come on, stump me. Give me something hard.
Oh, was that not playing? I was,
It doesn't play the audio,
okay, sorry about that.
but you got it in the chat. That's the main thing.
Danny,
Danny, we'll list it after the holidays.
Yeah, okay, hang on, Kelly. Okay, Fan, what'd you want?
you want a physical call that I called yesterday? And
No,
have some...
I want you to give me an objection.
Yes, I'm giving to you.
Okay, let's do it.
So call me Facebook.
I don't call FISBOs.
You are
What do you want
today.
me to do?
I can handle objections, but I don't
Okay,
make
okay.
phone calls, so
Okay.
it's all right.
The first objection, Danny, you ready? I'm looking for buyers now, not a listing agent.
Okay, so what is your plan on doing that, Fan? How are you doing that?
We're just gonna list it right now and list it for a while. And we just listed like 2 days. So
When you say listed, I thought you were selling it by yourself.
yes, on Zillow, that's what I mean.
You listed on Zillow, okay, and 2 days, and so you're only working with buyers, and so then therefore you have a compensation program set up for buyers, correct?
Yeah, I can pay buyers.
What are you willing to pay?
We'll do 3%.
All right. So you listed on Zillow, you're attempting, why are you then not hiring somebody to represent you? What's your goal?
We have a backup plan, Danny. So you're asking me, like I asked, like what if it's not like you list for a while, it's now sold. So like we have a backup plan, meaning like after maybe like 60 days, we haven't got a return offer yet. We have a realtor and then we have a strategy by them.
Okay, how come you're not going with that realtor now?
I mean, I'm an attorney, so I know how to handle it, all the contract work and all that. Just throw it on there, and it shouldn't be hard at all.
Well, I took 2 years of law school, and I watched LA law all the time. So would that qualify me to be an attorney?
No, not at all.
Well, let me ask you, what type of law do you specialize in?
I didn't ask that question, but let's say real estate law.
Okay. And if I had a dispute, could I go to court and represent myself?
Uh, okay, then it's a no. Okay, no.
Why?
Yes, you can.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
You're an attorney, Dumbo. Come on. Yes, I can go and represent myself, right? I don't have to hire an attorney.
Yes, I guess. Okay.
Okay, so all right, let's say I was your golf buddy. Hey, I'm really pissed off. I'm going to take this guy to court. Well, who are you going to hire for an attorney? I'm not going to hire an attorney. I'm going to go and I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to represent myself. What advice would you give me as my friend?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else tracking with me, or have I lost
Yeah,
it?
isn't
you
there
better-
isn't there a saying about an attorney who represents himself? Or no, a person who represents himself?
I don't think fans following me. What advice would you give me if I wanted to represent myself going to court, if you're an attorney? Somebody answer the question. What advice would you give me?
Don't do that
Get
and
an
get an attorney.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
Why? Well, they're talking different languages. You better have someone that knows how to speak that language.
That's all right. My sister's an attorney. You know, she'll advise me.
I have another one.
No,
But-
you don't. No, you
Okay.
can't get through this one.
Okay. No, Danny, I'm actually gonna ask you a question, but I answer you. Like
Hey.
you guys as a real estate agent, you guys will buy your house as a real estate agent, right?
No, I don't. We got to stay here. You got to understand.
A man who represents himself
That's
has a man who represents himself has a fool for a lawyer. That's the phrase.
a pool is a
What
client. Yeah.
I want you to get out of this is, what am I attempting to teach you?
You can do anything, but can you do it at the same level of skill as a professional?
And what tool are we using? What tool am I using on Fan?
I don't know.
Self-discovery.
Well, the tool is, what does he do for a living? I'm turning it around. You can always use that tool.
Flipping the script.
Flipping the script, right.
That tool.
So
Exactly.
and I've got this up here, you guys. This last thing, and then we'll go to somebody else. I think Kelly has one. We'll have time. We'll go back to Fan. What I'm going to do is, if he's got a plan, he's going to go use a friend in 30 days. Then I'm saying, well, here's my goal. Get rid of the 30-day plan and hire an agent now, because you're going to court by yourself. And I just walked him through that. If he would recommend to his friend, don't do that, get an attorney, right? I'm walking him down that path, and I'm going to the 5 mindsets of a lead. I am going to number 4. This is the thing I want you to understand. I'm not going to sell him on me. I want to sell him on get rid of the 30 days. If you've got a friend already, hire him now.
I
But
love
I'm not
this, Danny.
I'm
I
not
love-
done with that yet. If I can get him to that point, then I'm going to throw my hat in and find out where the leverage would be, me over the friend. Fan, what's your last comment?
I mean, I really love, like, now I'm truly understand the 5 mindsets of the leads, like how you apply it. Cause like we're always thinking at number 5, but like you're walking them through as like you're understanding them what stage they are. Let's say they're stage 2, like you're trying to moving them down one by one, which is a really useful and helpful strategy. Cause like, you know, like they have not been there, meaning like they have not decided even to hire an agent. Like, why you would sell yourself at that point? That doesn't make sense. So I'm truly understanding that right now, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that. It means a lot to me. It does take a while to get. I mean, listen, if you're looking for a partner to buy an airplane, you might want to find out if that person has any interest in flying.
Isn't there a good analogy to be pulled there? How would you feel if you went to the airport and you heard that the pilot wasn't certified, that he just flew remote control planes. Would you feel comfortable hopping on that airplane?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I actually, I'm a model builder. I build little models, scale models of planes all the time. They were flown, but no, but it can't be that hard. I build models.
Yeah, I'm not a real pilot, but I played one on TV.
Yeah, there you go. I'm actually Maverick. All right, Kelly, we got time for yours. Let's go.
All right, man. So ours is hey Denny, we wanna list it after the holidays.
Oh boy. Okay, now I'll tell you what. I'm going to put you into set drawing for a free Tesla. What is my first question?
Why do you want to do that?
No.
Which holiday?
There
What-
you go.
What holiday? Thanks, Louise.
I think we're probably the furthest point from any serious holiday except for maybe Halloween. What holiday are you talking about, Kelly?
We're gonna list it after Halloween
Okay. Now, literally speaking,
because I got a big party. I got a big Halloween party coming, so I want to use the house one last time.
oh, okay. So, Fan, I've been picking on you.
Okay.
So, how would you go with it now? How would you handle that? I've got a big Halloween party coming up. I want to wait till after that to list my home. Where would you go?
You want to wait. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait till after my big Halloween party to list the house.
Okay, but you do want to list it, right?
You know it.
Got you. But have you decided to hire an agent to list your house yet?
He's trying to use the 5 steps right now. Nice job. He's decided to use you, but he doesn't want to list it till after Halloween.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part. I was making notes. Okay. Great. After the Halloween, what's the important about this waiting? I guess just a Halloween party.
Yeah, man. I got a great house and I have a great friends, man. We're gonna have a real bash.
Even if a buyer does submit an offer at your price that you want it and they want to close around your schedule.
Man, I don't really care about all that. I'm just gonna have my party and then list it.
Hang on. You missed it.
Oh, gosh.
You missed it. You know what it is? I've got a great house. That was the key. He doesn't care about listing the house till the Thanksgiving or Halloween. He doesn't want to sell it. He wants to be in the house for the party. So I'm going to take a wild stab. So are you saying then that what if somebody wanted to buy your house? You could stay there until after the Halloween party. Would that work?
You know it.
I picked that up just on what he said. It's a great house for a party. It's a completely different conversation now.
100%.
Now, you didn't call me and tell me this, right? Yeah. Did anybody else hear that? That's what we're looking for. That's the nugget. That's like Tom Brady, reading the defense.
So Denny, the flow is so important, right? Like this is what we're practicing because how are we incorporating the flow into the mindset of the lead or the buyer or the seller, and then making that conversation intertwine to where there's just muscle memory reaction to it. There's no, there might be a pause, but it's really, here comes X. So here, this is what Y does. Like, so the flow is what helps, this practice helps us with the flow a whole lot.
Yes, and I guess I'll get ready to close with this, and this will be the Dennyism of the day. We don't learn anything by talking, do we? We learn by listening. They don't learn by us talking. They learn by self-discovery. So when I'm in a role play, and it's kind of like, anybody here can speak Mandarin? Kind of difficult. When you get really good at it, you're probably really good at it. But until you get good at it, it's kind of hard. I'm looking for those little things. He just said that it's kind of like, but there was another one we picked up on a little bit ago, and you look for the word or two that is really the center part of the message. No, I'm not always right, but you're looking for that. And when you find that, when you develop that skill, I want you to like let me know, like, Fan, thank you so much for sharing with me that you had the aha. We've been going over this now since Obama was president, and he's finally got it right. So why we go through the 5 mindsets of a buyer or seller? So thank you for sharing that. That makes me as a teacher feel really good. So anybody have any ahas today? Make this hour worthwhile before we go on and start making arrangements to get to Kelly's Halloween party.
Well, I was just gonna ask you, Denny, if you can share that through an email or something, the 5 mindset of a lead.
It's
Yeah, I'll put it
in
in
the
the
chat.
chat.
It was in a chat. Could you grab that?
I'll put it in the chat. Let's see.
If I don't know how, and this is, I think the chat when you find the recording, but Susan, I think I sent these slides to you at one time too. If I won't go until she'll put it in the chat and see if you can grab it.
Can I copy and paste it?
Oh,
It
yeah,
won't-
absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
won't let me.
Susan, send me an email. I'll send it to you.
Take a picture.
Okay.
of your
I just
phone.
sent it. I just sent it to Susan.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Did my video play with you for you guys with audio? Did anybody check it?
Played for me.
Anybody
Yes,
wants
it
to?
does. It works. I just need to stop this session to listen to the other one because it's simultaneous, but yes, it's working.
Same.
Yeah, it works, Denny. If you download it to your
Yeah, you
video
have to
player,
download
it
it
does work
first.
with video with sound.
Again, if it
Correct.
doesn't work, send me an email, coachdannygraham@gmail. I'll do my best to send it to you, and I will get better at handling this transition in computers. Thanks for being on, guys. You guys are very,
works.
very
Thank you,
loyal.
Denny. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.